Hello and welcome to North Star Stamper. I'm Susan Kramer. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Woodbury, Minnesota. Thank you for joining me today. Obviously, if you normally watch me on Facebook, and I will post this on Facebook as well, I'm not live today. When Tony retired, he wanted to travel, so we're traveling. So thank you, technology, that we can record videos and you can still see new things and be inspired and all those good things. So today we are talking about the Sweet Jar bundle. We have a punch. Let me move my lamp a little bit and see if I can get rid of this down here. The Sweet Jar bundle, so you get the jar and the lid. And we actually have two stamp sets that coordinate with it. Okay, good. I got the glare off of there. We have the Sweet Jar, and you can purchase these as a bundle. I forget the price, I'm sorry. And this was actually a May 2025 online exclusive, so it's been out for a little while. And you know I like to make my cheat sheets, so I'm getting smarter. So I cut down some white cardstock that is going to fit inside my stamp case. With the new stamp packaging, I can make my cheat sheet a little bigger. I do like to stamp all the stamps just to see how they work. I wasn't sure about a couple of these. Can you see this little one? I'm sorry. Can you see this little one here? It's 3 flames that go on this 3 candle stamp. But then you get a single stamp and this really, I know it's yellow, sorry. This single flame. So that was kind of fun. And on the back, I played around. I couldn't figure out what this piece was for. I thought it coordinated with the hearts. I couldn't get the hearts to fit in there. I think it's just background for this piece, just so you can fill it in. Watch my next video because I'm going to use a technique where I'm going to color this stamp in a fun way. But I did see, and I don't know if this was from the designer or another Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, but if you use this stamp and this stamp together with crumb cake and then early espresso, you get chocolate chip cookies. So we're going to do that one today. And then you have the shamrocks. You can make a St. Patrick's Day card, and there's a single shamrock, so you can do other things with that too. So lots of hearts. There's 2 separate heart stamps, plus the one that fits inside the jar, and it has this fun top, and this stamp does coordinate with what's on the punch. So lots of fun things there. So that is number 1. That was, again, a May online exclusive called Sweet Jar, and it is part of the bundle. You can save 10% if you get the stamp set and the punch together. And then in July, see, I'm keeping track here. In July, they came out with another stamp set that coordinates with the punch. This one is an open-ended. The last one here was more of a solid image, so that's kind of fun. I've seen this embossed in silver, so it looks like a silver, an old-fashioned jar with a silver lid. This one is open, and obviously you can color that if you want. So let's look at my cheat sheet here, and we'll make 2 projects today, one with each stamp set. So I played around. Okay, let's go back here. Jar of Joy, and I like to stamp my jars in basic gray. It's a little less harsh than black. You've heard me say that before. This cute little bow, I'm not quite sure what that's for. I had to play around with this one. You're going to see on the back side. Oh my gosh. I thought it went this way, and I thought they were earmuffs with a scarf for Mr. Snowman. I was wrong. And so that's what I did here. I can laugh at myself. And I wanted you to see how it fits inside the jar. But it's supposed to be the brim of his hat and then the scarf around his neck. I thought that was really funny. And then we have the beautiful ornaments. I'm just stamping them in a single color and not coloring them at all. You could easily stamp them in a darker color or a red and then color them in, or emboss them in gold and color them. That would be pretty. And then I played around with these 2 stamps. So this stamp gives you the details for the gingerbread man and then the insides of these. And I played around. I don't know if I have my scrap paper. I played around a little bit and then putting the heart, the center of this star, and then his 2 buttons, and bow tie, you get a pretty good way to line those up. So it took a little practice. You can see I didn't do very well on these two, but 3 or 4 more times and I had it down. And I probably should have practiced before I put it on my cheat sheet. So these are now going to be stored inside here, and then I can remember how all these stamps work together. Okay, let's get busy. We are going to first create a tag. And where did my tag piece go? All right, and I made this 2 inches thinking I was going to use one of my punches. I don't think we have a current tag and punch. So you've seen me do this trick before. I want the 2 corners cut off at the same angle. So I'm going to put, where's my take your pick tool? I'm going to put this corner at this second line here, and then my post-it notes here, and there's more than one, just so I can butt that up. So I'm butting this side up against my post-it notes to get the same angle, and I'll put it on this point on the second line so I get the same amount off of both sides. So there's one. I'm going to flip it over and butt it up against this and put my point on the second line and hold that down. And these 2 corners that I cut off should be identical. They are not quite. They're like a 1/16 of an inch off, but that's okay. Close enough, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. This is handmade. And then I have a piece of designer series paper from the Floral Impressions. You can see that's pretty, but we're going to use the back side, and that'll fit. Look at that. It'll fit right like that. I'm going to go ahead and adhere that down. So I'm looking at all the back sides of these floral prints to use in my winter crafting. So I have lots of designer series paper to choose from because they are getting really good about giving us options on the back side of these. And I have some extra adhesive there. That's right. I'm going to take a punch. It's part of a trio, and punch down a little ways. Just like that. So our tag is ready to go. Now we need to decorate it. We are going to use, I should have put these out already. We'd be quicker, right? A jar. And grab this basic gray. And put that down in the corner. We'll leave that out because we'll use that jar again. And then we're going to do the cookies. I want you to see that this was quite easy to line up. So we're going to take, I think it'll fit on this. This is block C. The other thing I often do on my stamp sets is write down here, I'll take this piece out and I'll write what blocks you need for the stamp set, and I didn't do that this time. So we're going to use crumb cake to make cookies. Get that out of the way. And being clear, I can see that my ink was kind of spotting up. There's nice coverage. And I can fit that right inside my cookie jar. Look at that. All right. And we're going to use early espresso for our chocolate chips. Where did my stamp set go? And these dots. I'm going to put this on just like that. And you can see they're going to line up very nicely. Let's see. Use the C block again. So let's see here. When I stamp it, these dots here are going to fit inside this cookie here. And being that these are a little dark, I may have wanted to stamp that off. Our cookies are a little dark. They're kind of like gingerbread, right? So you can see it to line it up. And it's just paper. If I didn't get that lined up perfectly, it's not perfect, but it's close enough. It is close enough for me. So there's some cookies in the jar. punch it out. Now, I have seen people take your stamps and use this as a to line up the jar and the lid, and then I'll show you. I'm not going to do it because I have not practiced, but if you set it down on here and then take the lid, where'd the lid go? You can set them like this, pick them up, stamp them, and then you'll punch both of them out at the same time. I'm not ready to do that, so I'm not going to, because I'm kind of nervous that I wouldn't get it perfectly. But we are going to stamp our top. There's our cookies again, and I found this very easy to line up. What color should we do that? This is going to be our tag. I am going to use some thread from the Pack Your Bags Twine 3-pack. I thought this strawberry slush would be kind of fun. Don't have strawberry slush handy. I should have thought about this. I do have. Oh, I don't want that. We'll just do gray. We're just going to do a gray lid. Where did my stamp go? All right. Hopefully I did as well as I did on my other ones. Yes, that's good. All right, now we can, nope, I have one more thing. I want to stamp, I have a little circle from the Spotlight on Nature dies. Yeah, we'll just use Melon Mambo. I'm going to use the stamp A Little Treat for You. And it'll fit nicely on there. I suppose if I stamped upside down, it wouldn't really matter, would it? So now we're going to make our tag, and then this can go on a package of cookies for Christmas. Oh, I forgot to show you the other card I made. All right, let's get this together. I think we'll just put this on with glue, green glue. That's cute. And then we're going to use some dimensionals. Have I cut these? Not. I have not. So I have scissors that I use only for adhesive. So they might be sticky, which is all right. They're always used for that. So I always think it's funny when I cut mini dimensionals in half. So I'm going to put a half of a mini dimensional, 2 of them actually, on the back of my jar lid, just like that. And then we'll put that there. That would have been fun in a color, but I didn't think ahead. I have lots going on right now. So I'm not quite sure when this is going to air, but I think this is a fun bundle to play with. And those stamps can be used all year long. So they were, I'm going to put that kind of under there, just like that. You know, there were hearts you could use for Valentine's Day and the shamrock for St. Patrick's. And join me next time and see what I'm going to do with the cookies. This is white seam binding, which I believe is retired, so I apologize for that. Hopefully you have some white ribbon in your stash. I know I always buy white ribbon when we have it because you can always color it, right? Put this through here, and then take some twine and tie it around. So there's a cute tag that I can adhere to some cookies, whether it's Christmas cookies or chocolate chip cookies, another occasion, whatever. It's just a little treat for you is what the stamp said. Oh, I have a lot here. You know what? Let's try a bow. I get nervous trying to do bows live, but I don't know. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Aha, there we go. Yay. Pull that down a little bit. Just fidget with it for a few minutes and get it just straight. Even off the ends. All right, I'm learning to keep things where they belong. So there's a tag, real quick. And then, well, pretty quick. I don't know how long we are going here. And this is a card I made. I posted it today if you want to go see when I'm recording this. This was a freshly made sketch number 711. They had 2 circles and the sentiment, and I just used my jar with the candles. And then I stamped on the inside too. And then I used some of the designer series paper. That was the beautiful bokeh. That I put some on my envelope flap too. I wish I had stamped some candles here, but anyway. So there's a birthday card. Do we have time for another one? I don't know how long we're going, but we're going to do one more because I want to do a Christmas project. All right, let's put the stamp set away and bring out the jar of joy. I think these 2 jars are very similar. Let's look at them. The lids are quite different, but I think these jars are the same size. They have to be the same size to fit in the punch. So I'm just going to use the jar from Sweet Jar. But we are going to use Mr. Snowman because he is so cute. I like to pick up my stamps. I've set them on paper. Let them go the way they want to. And then pick it up. And then I'm just going to use a tiny little block, which I don't think we carry anymore. Or was it the B block we got rid of? No, I think we got rid of this A. I use these all the time. So I'm sorry we don't carry them anymore. All right. Let's move this out of the way. Oh, my table is getting messy. So I grabbed some things. I already pre-cut a real red card base. And then it's a nice garden green, but that is from the Floral Impressions Designer Series paper. So, and it's 2 inches wide. And then I thought a white border might be kind of nice on either side of this. And a 1/2 inch seemed too small. A full inch seemed too much. So I like to go 3/4 of an inch. And I did cut those. I probably had scraps that I could have used, but I don't know. So I think we're going to go like that. I'm going to set that aside. We're going to take our same white and we're going to stamp. It's hiding in basic gray. I could use Secret C. Yeah, that's right. Basic gray. And then we're going to, oh, that's why I had Secret C out. We're going to stamp Mr. Snowman in Secret C. I need these right now. Mr. Snowman. Oh, look at him. He's so cute. Before I punch it out, just in case I make a mistake, I want to be able to stamp again. I'm going to use Pool Party. And the dots, these dots from the Jar of Joy, where did they go? They're inside the jar. Again, I think I can use this tiny little block. We're going to put some Pool Party snowflakes around Mr. Snowman. Look at that, so cute. All right, and then the scarf. I'm still laughing at myself. So it's the scarf and the top of his hat. And I'm going to use real red. So this is going to stain my stamp, but that's okay. I think I'm going to like having this in real red. Let's make sure this is inked up good. Use a corner of my pad. And I'm going to line this up so I can see his face in the middle. So I could see his face, his little carrot nose in the middle of that circle, right there, right here. And first, oh, I missed the brim of his hat, but that's all right. Okay, I do want the brim of his hat. So here, I stamped it, and I don't know if you can see, it's actually in the brim of his hat, but I want that red band. So we are going to mask Mr. Snowman. We're going to re-ink this, and then I can put that band right like that. See, and then I stamped the scarf on here instead of, because I knew that was in the wrong place. Anyway, hopefully that made sense. All right, what's next? We are going to punch our jar. And just for kicks, let's grab the other jar topper. Just so you can see it, and we'll use real red. That might be kind of fun. Pull some more red in here. I find it, let's see if I'm still not quite perfect. See, I'm getting nervous now. Oh, and I messed that up. I got ink on there. Maybe he won't have a lid. No, I like the lid. Let's try again. So I only need the lid. Come on, paper. So I'm just going to punch a lid. Take two. I'm stamping off too far. Now I'm making a mess of my glass mat. I just have ink everywhere. All right, we're going to leave the lid off. You don't need to see me stamp that again and again and again. You get the idea. I think I'm just nervous now. Oh, I haven't had trouble stamping that on there before. All right, I'm not giving up. If you know me, I'm a stubborn person. We are actually going to stamp here. This is the easiest way to do it. I should have thought of this first or second. And now I can just, my red ink always takes longer to dry. I don't know why. Now I can just punch my lid. There we go. Whew. Now where did it go? It went flying. Let's put our card together. I am going to leave my sentiment off of this. If I need a Christmas card, I can make it a Christmas card. If I don't need this as a Christmas card, it's a really cute winter card, even though it's going to be Christmas colors. Let's make sure I'm putting this the right way. And no, I was not. So good thing I checked. So I'm going to put a piece of white here. And then our garden green that has daisies on the back. Usually we talk about using, oh, not yet. We're going to put this here. Usually we talk about how you can use Christmas paper beyond the holidays. But here I'm actually using just a floral print for the holidays. I thought that was kind of funny myself. So we're going to line this up and see where this needs to go. Right about there. All right. And we're going to center this between the two. So it's a great use of strips of your scraps. And then we're going to use some dimensionals on the back of Mr. Snowman. Just some mini ones. Oh my goodness. So join me next time, and I'm going to do a fun technique using this stamp set again. Oh, look, isn't he cute? And some dimensionals on the back of our nicely punched and stamped and punched. So yes, it is always easier to stamp first and then punch. So that's a good lesson for today, right? All right. Oh, so cute. I do have some bling here. So I have some rhinestones that I've already used our blends to color red. I probably used real red. I do have those. And I thought these would be really fun. The clear ones would be cute too. So we're going to put 3 of them. And I've been told, I learned recently, don't put them in an equilateral triangle like here so that the 3 sides are the same. But they talked about putting 2 together as part of your triangle. I don't know. Play around, see what you like. Of course, I will do something on the inside when I do decide to send this. So that is the Sweet Jar bundle and the Jar of Joy. Thank you for joining me. Happy stamping. And if you need some new products in your stash, these are great products because especially this one that coordinates is bundled with the punch. It can go year round because of course we have birthdays all year. So thank you for joining me. Happy stamping, and until next time, take care.